everyone, welcome to Success Mantra. I am Siddhi and today we have Tanishka Negi with us. So today she is here to share her experience for the preparation journey of CLAT examination. First of all, we would like to congratulate Tanishka for securing her desired seat in NLU Lucknow. So congratulations Tanishka, congratulations to you and your entire family for this success.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you for having me here.
First of all, I would like you to introduce yourself to our audience.
Hello everyone, my name is Tanishka Negi and I have secured, as Siddhi ma'am said, a rank of 649 in CLAT 2025, and I was a resident of Delhi and I have done a 2-year classroom program at Success Mantra.
Great to hear that. So Tanishka, we would like to ask certain questions from you so that the audiences and many CLAT aspirants are watching you right now and they can get a very clear idea after they can clear all their doubts listening to you. So the basic questions, every CLAT aspirant who is into the preparation is basically stuck with critical reasoning portion, I believe. Critical reasoning, I've heard from as many students, that is the toughest part. What is your say over this?
So I can actually agree with all the students who are out there. So this was something even I struggled with at the beginning of my preparation. So I think I can say what you can do to achieve this thing because I have overcome it. First of all, what you need to do is to make sure that you are solving one-liners when it comes to critical reasonings, your assumptions and your basically course of actions in every topic. Make a list of all the important topics and the topics that you struggle with. After that, take your respective classes. You will get one-liner questions or different PPTs from the coaching. Make sure to solve each one of them and please take your doubts to the teacher. If you are still not clear with those doubts, then ask them to take their doubt classes or to reteach those class, and after that move on to the passages. I used to make sure that I used to solve each passage of critical reasoning every day throughout my preparation. Like, it is one of the most important subjects that you need to conquer for this, because it is not just used in reasoning but it could also help you with English and even GK, as we have seen for the past 2 years now.
Right, exactly. So apart from critical reasoning, like this time in CLAT 2025, wasn't it surprising to get about 4 questions from analytical reasoning?
Exactly.
Right. So of course, I believe that students shall not be missing on analytical reasoning too, but they shall be focusing more over critical reasoning. Apart from critical reasoning, another toughest part for students in their entire tenure of preparation is newspaper reading. So was that tough for you also?
So I would say that it was a little hard for me to sit down and read newspaper continuously. So at the beginning, to inculcate that habit, what I did was I started out with reading editorials. So when I started with CLAT preparation, I did not used to read any newspaper. I solely picked it up just for the fact that I wanted to give CLAT, and now I'm hooked to it, I could say. So if you want to inculcate that habit, please start by reading the front page, the editorial section and your international section. Right after that, slowly just started to reading the more legal knowledge, you could say, or just start reading the whole newspaper as well. Set a timer for you that within 20 minutes I need to finish these sections. Make it like a task, so at the end of the day when you're finished with it, you would even feel the satisfaction of getting something done at the end.
Right, exactly right. So newspaper reading is not just about going through it, it's about completely understanding it, and of course marking the vocabulary words, I believe.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah. So vocab is again a very difficult part for students because CLAT offers you a very high level of English. So how should students have a good command over the vocabulary and English part?
So the suggestions when I got throughout my preparation was to start reading books, which was already a habit I enjoyed, but I would say that if you're somebody who is not into reading novels would improve your vocabulary definitely, but it would take a more slower time.
Yeah.
So what I would say that if you're in short of time, start with reading newspapers. If the Hindu is not comfortable for you, start with the Indian Express. From there, start marking words, right? Words that you see frequently, that you know. So one thing that reading newspaper does is that it builds a foundation. So slowly when you start to reading the newspaper every day, you would start to see certain words that reoccur every other day that are definitely going to be there with a certain headline, or you could say a certain subject. So start maintaining a separate copy for those and writing definitions, and make sure to review them on a weekly basis as well.
Yeah, reviewing them will work for them.
Exactly.
Because if they are jotting it down and then not again visiting it, of
There's
course
no point.
it is going to be a problem for them. So which was your favorite subject?
Reasoning, critical reasoning to be more precise.
Okay. And which was a difficult subject for you?
Maths.
Okay.
Maths still it is a very difficult first subject for me, I would have to admit.
Okay, okay. So where do you see yourself after your law?
So this is something that I have a lot of things in my mind right now. So I'm hoping when I go to college I get a little more clarity. As for now, I have thought that I would first start off after my law into the corporate field, gain some working experience, maybe 3 to 4 years, and after that maybe see if I wanted to give any government competitive examinations. So it also you would have a cushion to fall back on, basically having a
Right.
working experience. So that is what I've thought for now.
Right. So yes, of course, I can see a charm among students right now, specifically for the corporate law. I know it offers you very handsome packages and it gives you a lot of perks, so that attracts the youngsters right now. That's very good to go. And yes, you know, you will be doing your 5-year law program. So that 5-year law program gives the mind change for 500 times, I would say. And you can give you a very proper time. You can just think on multiple things out there. You'll be getting a very good experience once you'll be entering into your law school, right? So, like, which was the desired one? Of course, the NLU Bangalore.
It was actually an NLU Jodhpur for me.
Okay, why?
So I knew some people who were already there, and I was somebody who was always been passionate about mooting since
Okay.
I was in school. I even took part in my 11th and 12th grade in inter-school competitions. So I had always known that NLU Jodhpur is not just a tier 1 college, and it had good placement, but it also had a very strong mooting culture and ADR culture. So that was something I was always very interested in, and I would say that this was also something that I had in mind when I chose Lucknow,
Okay.
because I also had heard some good things about their debating mooting culture, hence.
Great, great. Any which ways, each and every NLU has a very good mooting culture.
Yes.
But yes, the filtration part can be done by us very well. So, like, you couldn't achieve NLU Jodhpur. So, where do you feel that you have lagged? What do you feel that you have not done? And right now, of course, after the result analysis, we find out certain points that if this could have been done, I would have reached till there. So, is there anything like that in your mind?
Yes, I think I did mess up my paper within the first hour of it starting. So I don't know if you all remember, but a day before there was a notification out by CLAT that you're not allowed to mark on your question.
Very well, right.
And for the previous month, I had been practicing 2 mocks a day, in which what I used to do was that
Marking.
Exactly. So I had this system where I used to complete 3 sets and then go to the OMR. But with that, I did not had any time for any preparation. So when I sat for my paper, so what happened was that my first section was English, and my comprehension section has always been very strong. And as soon as I immediately marked my option in the OMR, I realized it was wrong. And the thing was, it was a vocabulary one, so I cannot give it the benefit of doubt that it also might be right. And that was the worst thing ever, knowing that one of your good sections just went down the drain, and you
Right.
know that during the paper. So I would say that it was the second hour where I had to, pace myself up and, show that flexibility that no, I've been preparing for the past 2 years, and these 2 hours, I cannot let it go down the drain just because I
Right,
made
right.
one mistake. I think a lot of aspirants just miss these things out, that how important it is to get stressed. I know we hate this, but a lot of us avoid giving mocks because we feel stressed about the marks, which I totally get because I was one of you guys as well. But trust me, if I had not been able to cope up with that stress during mocks, I would not have been able to cope up with it during my real paper. So please, please, please practice mocks and analyze them.
Right. So now what would be your final piece of suggestion for all the CLAT aspirants out there?
So one thing throughout my preparation was that I gave it alongside my 12th, and there was always
Right.
these thoughts that what if it doesn't work out and you are
exactly.
not giving your boards as well.
Right.
So it's like there is a chance you might not perform well in boards, because you have
Right.
given so much time in your CLAT, and then you would get nowhere, right? So what's the point? And a lot of my time I did not had my priorities set. So what I'm saying is that even though there are 6 months left, if you have decided right now that you want to give CLAT, trust me, work hard for it, it will not go to waste. It will be totally worth it. Just make up your mind. You will get it. Just don't do anything half-heartedly.
Great. So, how would you like to just mention Success Mantra as a contribution to your success?
So they have helped me in tremendous ways, I would say. So apart from completing our syllabus, they have been very open for me taking doubts. I've always been somebody who has a lot of doubts since I practice a lot of question. I would also like to make a notable mention of Ankit Sharma sir. He was somebody who really did make me fall with the subject of reasoning, and he really worked and took hard and took my doubts, be it any time of the day, to which I'm highly and entirely grateful, and I don't think I would have been able to perform so well without that help. So thank you so much.
Great to hear these words from Tanishka. And yes, of course, these words would be highly motivating for all the CLAT aspirants. You all should be motivated, and you should be learning very well from her words. That is going to be an add-on to your experience too. So I'll be back with many other interviews like that. Till then, keep preparing and stay tuned to us. Thank you.